Nightly Pulse. NBA news and highlights from January 20th. Get the latest NBA news, scores and highlights tonight with our live blog covering the biggest moments around the NBA. Hey NBA fans. Welcome back to the channel. It's January 20th and we've got a packed day of basketball ahead, starting with the Martin Luther King Jr. Day slate of games. We've got some exciting matchups, tight races in the standings and a ton of players to keep your eyes on. Let's dive into today's Nightly Pulse, where we break down the biggest stories, scores and highlights from the NBA. Let's kick things off with the MLK Day games that are going down today. Here's a quick rundown of the schedule. First up, Mavericks vs Hornets live on NBA TV. At 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got Pistons vs Rockets live on NBA League Pass. Following that, Timberwolves vs Grizzlies at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live on TNT/TrueTV/Max. Then at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got Hawks vs Knicks, also live on NBA League Pass. Suns vs Cavaliers takes place at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live on NBA League Pass. At 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got the Celtics vs Warriors live on TNT/TrueTV/Max. Jazz vs Pelicans kicks off at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, live on NBA League Pass. And wrapping up the night, Bulls vs Clippers at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live on NBA League Pass. Host highlighting key games. With 4 games featuring major playoff contenders, there's no shortage of action, so make sure you don't miss any of these games. Alright, let's get to the live updates. Dallas vs Charlotte has been an exciting matchup so far. Right now, the Mavericks are leading the Hornets 83-82 after 3 quarters. It's been a show from Daniel Gafford, who's been absolutely dominant with 27 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists and 4 blocks. Kyrie Irving has also been doing his thing with 19 points, 3 assists and 2 steals. For Charlotte, LaMelo Ball has been keeping them in it with 22 points, 6 rebounds and 7 assists, though he cooled off a bit in the third. Meanwhile, Miles Bridges has stepped up, adding 16 points, and Nick Smith Jr. has chipped in with an impressive 8 straight points, bringing his total to 16 points as well. It's been a tight one and this game is still anyone's to win. Heading into halftime, Mavericks vs Hornets is all tied up at 55-55. The big story here is Gafford's dominance. He already has 21 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists and 3 blocks. And don't forget about LaMelo Ball. He's been on fire with 20 points, hitting 5 of 7 from deep, including back-to-back threes near the end of the half. These two teams are going back and forth, and this one is set to be a nail-biter in the second half. Now, if you're just tuning in, here's how things started. The Mavericks jumped out to an early lead 27-24 after the first quarter. Kyrie Irving wasted no time getting things going, hitting a 3-pointer right off the opening tip. He's got 7 points, 2 assists and 1 steal. Meanwhile, Daniel Gafford led all Dallas scorers with 8 points and has added 2 rebounds, 1 assist and 1 block. For Charlotte, LaMelo Ball came out strong, already putting up 10 points, shooting 4 of 6 from the field. It's been an exciting start to this game, and we'll see if the Hornets can catch up as we head into the second quarter. As we continue to enjoy a full day of action, remember, today is the last day to vote for your NBA All-Star picks. Voting closes at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure you get those votes in for your favorite players. Now let's talk about some of the key matchups to watch today. First up, Pistons vs Rockets. These two teams have been huge surprises this season. The Pistons are sitting at a respectable 21-21 record, and the Rockets are second in the West at 28-13. It's been a major turnaround for both teams, and we'll get to see the matchup between rising stars Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green. Plus, we might even see the Thompson twins Amen and Ozar facing off, although Amen is currently listed as questionable with calf tightness. Then we've got an exciting showdown between Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves and Ja Morant of the Grizzlies. These two are highlight machines, and their last game was an absolute thriller, with Memphis edging out Minnesota in a 127-125 victory. Both teams are battling for positioning in the West, so this one is sure to be an intense matchup. Finally, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, the Celtics visit the Warriors in a rematch of the 2022 Finals. Both teams got off to a hot start but have cooled off a bit recently. Golden State has been hit with some injuries and Stephen Curry is still listed as questionable, so they'll need a big performance to keep their playoff hopes alive. A win here could give them the spark they need to get back on track in the competitive West. And that wraps up your Nightly Pulse for today. We've got some amazing NBA action ahead with tons of storylines, big games, and players to keep an eye on. Don't forget to tune into the games, vote for your all-star favorites and keep up with all the action. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more NBA updates, and leave a comment with your thoughts on today's games. Enjoy the games and I'll see you in the next video.